It's finally over. After such a long wait, the Fairy Realm arc is over. On to the next adventure. Finally, guys, it has been a long Nasiens chapter, and it was good. It was pretty good. A couple of issues here and there, but it is finally over. Percival is back, and now it's time to get back to Britannia. And I have to say, Nakaba, if you can hear me, if Nasiens can get an entire arc all to himself, I want Tristan Leonis to get his own. Okay? You owe us. But how does this arc end? Well, let's get into it right now. If you like 7 Deadly Sins and want more 4 Nights of the Apocalypse material, like, share, subscribe, comment down below what you think the next adventure is going to be. We enter 4 Nights of the Apocalypse with a cover showing Nasiens giving Percival a much needed haircut, with Tiori in the back showing, yes, there it is, Percival's cape. It's been such a long time since we saw that thing. We have Nasiens saying, I started snipping like mad, right? Sure, man, go wild. With chapter 153, Towards New Adventure. After getting a haircut, we enter on the chapter with King saying, well, I never would have guessed it. The only way to wake you up was not by medicine or magic. It was your friends exposed in moral danger. Yeah, because when your friends are in danger, of course you can wake up from a 2-year coma. We then get to see the next page, which is Percival decked out in some okay, but could have been better drip. Percival of the 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, the captain, King of Leonis, told me you were a knight of prophecy that would save all of Britannia. Little side note, I still love it that King and Deanne still call Meliodas captain, even though the 7 Deadly Sins are disbanded. Old habits are just so hard to break. You have a great mission ahead of you, no doubt. But before that, I want you to remember one thing. While you were asleep, there was one person out there who kept talking to you every day, who worked tirelessly to make sure your eyes open. King, are you trying to do something good for your kid? Are you trying to hook them up? That doesn't really matter, Fairy King. Oh, I know that. And then Percival just says, putting in all that work for my sake, the things you said to your father and to Tiori, he knows, Nasiens. He knows. Thanks for it all, Nasiens. Can we just pause a little bit on Percival's face right here? God, it's going to be so weird getting used to this. Time skip designs are always so weird to get used to at first. The 7 Deadly Sins never really had that in the first issue, but now that we got Percival, the cute little chibi kid, he actually looks like he's 16 or 18. It's so weird. Back to it, Nasiens is flustered, and Percival asks why he never gave him baths with him. Oh man. Man, he's gonna be red for a while. The two kind of bicker and just tease around, which is something that I really miss from these two. It's been a long while. But King isn't done yet. He goes over to Nasiens and says he has something for him. And with a flash, Nasiens receives a piece of the Spirit Spear. Yes, a piece of Chastifold. Just a piece, but still boasting with its fair share of power. This piece will transform into many things that will help Nasiens along the way, anything that they wish. Nasiens is a little unsure as to why they are receiving something so valuable, when King's other children go like, lucky, shh, shut up. King is very hopeful that Nasiens will return to the Fairy Realm, and the time comes that he will succeed and become the next Fairy King. And by then, they will get a whole spear. But before we start forming the fan art and also the theories, Nasiens has a shocking revelation. Oh, I'm not coming back. My homeland's always going to be Britannia. Besides, I have no interest in taking the throne. My mission is to become a better doctor than Ordo was. Oh man, that was so brutal. Everyone just has that shocking face. You know, similar to that one we all got from One Piece with an L. Man, Nasiens, could you have been a little more kinder? Come on. Even Tiori is telling you stop it. Stop your phrasing. Nasiens tries to apologize, saying that didn't come out right. Nasiens, it doesn't mean he doesn't want to stop coming here. He'll still visit. But he knows where his heart is and what he wants to do with his life. Becoming the next fairy king just isn't for him. Everyone's saying, well, you better. All of your family is waiting here. Come on, man. After all that, you're still gonna be like this to your family, your real family? I'm just saying. King, transforming out of his fat form, says to Percival, before you leave my realm, do you have anything that you would like to ask me? Whatever it is, I'll answer you. Percival asks, yeah, you were okay having that drug of yours getting stolen? Which, oh, ouch. Right in the gut. For sure, none of this would have happened if you just given it to Nasiens in the first place. Man, and we had thought Nasiens was being brutal. Percival, what are you doing? But luckily, the firstborn says that, hey, hang in there, it'll be alright. But King just says, I'm sorry. I just wanted to spend as long as I could with you. I guess I'm a little selfish father. Guys, this came after Father's Day, and I had to say, buddy, you may be a little selfish, but we all understand. It was your baby who was stolen from a little shit fairy, and you decided to spare the little fuck. And now you get to see your kid after so long. Of course you wanted to. Don't blame yourself. Although, I think the other people outside Britannia might have to disagree. But Deanne decides to break it all up by saying the drug doesn't matter. They just have to harvest it again in 1,000 years. Family, though, if you lose that, there's no getting back to it. If everyone's okay, then I think it's the best thing of all. Everyone is excited, saying that Deanne is right, and Nasiens and Percival just have a little laugh and prepare to leave, with Nasiens saying farewell to all, to the fairy king and the giant queen. The two a little upset that he's still giving them by that title, even though, after everything, Nasiens finally says, Mom and Dad, goodbye for now, leaving them with tears of happiness. Once out of the fairy realm, Percival looks at Britannia after 2 long years, saying, we got King Arthur beat. We got him. If you want to save Britannia, the two launch forward off the cliff. Now, normally you'd think they're gonna fall, but remember, this is 7 Deadly Sins and magic. The two, in a spreadsheet, just fly off to the next adventure. At least Percival has his priorities. As first things first, it's off to Dan and Anne. He is really excited to see them, yet also very terrified of how angry they're going to be. Nasiens is still having a little bit of trouble flying, but luckily Percival extends a hand and gives Nasiens a little hand in flying. Man, the fan fiction is going to go so wild with this. And so, the two now set off to their new adventure. To find Anne and Donnie, to find out which of the 4 knights is be showing next. But an important question ends this chapter. On to the next adventure. Percival asks, so Nasiens, are you going to turn to a guy or a girl? Which would you prefer, Percival? Both would be kind of neat to see. Just give me a straight answer. Oh boy. And that was 7 Deadly Sins, chapter... And that was 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, chapter 153. To a new adventure. Finally, this arc is over. It's finally over. Guys, it's been a long ride with this whole arc. The family drama, I'll have to admit, was the bit of a weak point for this arc. Like, we get it. Just get to the resolution already. Come on. Another weak point I'm going to have to say about this arc. The other King and Deanne kids, let's face it. Aside from their looks just being copy and paste of other characters in their life, in King and Deanne's lives, these kids just don't really have that much going for them. The only ones we do have are Nasiens, Myrtle, Tiori, and also, of course, the Secondborn. I'm sorry, I just can't look up the name right now. All in all, it was a good arc. It's just a little hard to read weekly. On a binge, it would probably be pretty good. But as it is now, this whole arc, I'd have to give it a 7. There could have been a lot more potential, but hey, it ended on a good cliffhanger, showing us that the next adventure is just around the corner. What do you think's going to happen next? Let me know in the comments and help the anime Underworld expand. Get notified for all sorts of notifications from videos, shorts, polls, and what have you. I'm always looking to do more for this channel, and hopefully, soon, I can do more for you guys. This has been Dante from the Anime Underworld. I'll see you later, mortals.